shot and goal!
That was arena soccer perfection.
With an absolute golazo.
As good a goal as you can see.
That was a heat-seeking missile.
Hi, everybody. Nick Vassos. Welcome into MASL TV. The playoffs are just about here, and the hottest race in the MASL is in the South Central Division. 3 teams vying for one spot. We have 2 teams playing tonight for one of those spots here, St. Louis and Kansas City. The Comets with a 10-10 record, and the St. Louis Ambush coming in with a record of 10-12. Let's start with the visitors first and talk with the Ambush's leading scorer, Zach Riggett. Zach, first off, congratulations on a good season for you. What has been the season series with Kansas City? You guys have dominated the series 4-1. What's been the success so far?
I think it's just our work rate. We're coming in, working hard, trying to change the culture of St. Louis for sure. All those games, though, don't really matter right now. It all comes down to this game. There's been a lot of battles, but this is definitely the conclusion of it. And it's going to be a battle for sure. I'm sure he'll say the same thing, and we're ready to roll.
Yeah, it is. What's been Coach's message to you guys all this week in practice?
Just discipline, pay attention to details. This is pretty much a playoff game. So details, discipline, the little things are what's going to win the game for us.
All right, Zach, thanks a lot. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Zach Riggett of the St. Louis Ambush. Now let's turn to the Kansas City Comets and the leading defender here, Robert Palmer, with 29 blocks here. Robert, you have played in so many big games for the Comets. You played in championship series. You've won a title here in Kansas City. This is almost like a playoff game. What's going on inside the Comets locker room right now?
We're just trying to get prepared and, give it our best shot. It's like a playoff game. We put ourselves in this position, so, it's a good thing to go and build up momentum. We can get a win tonight and go to the playoff, so it's going to be a tough game, and, we've been in this situation before, and, we're going to give it our best.
Robert, how can you solve the St. Louis puzzle this year? You're 1-4 against them so far.
The first 2 games, were really close. Was by 1 goal, I believe, and then we won the other one. So, it's not like they're way off than us. We just need to, dig deeper. Sometimes we have the lead and we just tend to let it up, and and it become like that. So if we can pull this one off tonight, we gotta stay together as a unit and fight till the end, not just play 1 quarter or 1 half, but the whole 4 quarters.
Comets defender Robert Palmer. Robert, good luck tonight.
Thank you, Nick.
Okay. All right, it's Kansas City and St. Louis coming up. Well, our pregame show will continue right after this on MASL TV. Joining me up in the broadcast booth here, my broadcast partner, Jim Schwab. Jimmy, you've been in a lot of big games over your career, coached in a lot of big games. This is not a playoff game, but it is a big game. What's going on down there in the locker room?
Well, I just think the intensity has to come from the start. This is a playoff game, Nick. It's really not, but it is because both teams are this game is at big stakes at both teams, both St. Louis and the Comets. It should be an exciting game.
It's a fine line to balance between having yourself really amped up for a big game and also maintaining your poise. How do you strike that balance?
Well, they should know it by now. I mean, you want to start off on fire and keep continuing to go. Big players show up at big times, okay? And this is a showtime game, so look for the big boys for Kansas City and the Ambush to come at each other tonight.
Yeah, should be a good one here. St. Louis has dominated the series, but Kansas City is at home. We'll have the starting kickoff coming up next on MASL TV. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome inside Silverstein Ice Center's arena. Great to have you here. Alongside Jim Schwab, I'm Nick Vassos. The clock is ticking. Can you hear it? Tick, 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 to the end of the regular season. And things are so unsettled in the South Central Division, but we may see some clarity after the next 60 minutes. Jimmy, it's a big game. It's like a playoff game out there on the field. What's going on inside that huddle right there for the Comets?
Well, I just think they're questioning, they got to pick up the intensity. Look at everybody now. If you bring it, I'll bring it. And that's what it has to be. I got tingles in the booth. This is what it's all about. Appreciate TikTok. Can't stop. Here we go, Greg.
Assistant coach Leo Gibson there addressing the Comets there, who will wear their home blue uniforms. And again, they'll take on their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush. And St. Louis 4-1 against Kansas City this year. They've had the Comets number, and the Comets have not won a game against St. Louis here in this building.
Which is kind of odd. I mean, that doesn't happen much. And you know what, Nick, I think team discipline, defensive discipline has been a key to Kansas City against the Ambush. They run up and down, they're athletic. I think they're a little bit more athletic than the Comets are. And it showed a couple of times. They have to be disciplined tonight. They have to play with the intensity. And honestly, they got to get the ball forward.
Absolutely. For Everton's St. Louis Ambush, starting in goal, Paulo Nascimento. The two defenders are Felipe Silva and Magui Souza. The two midfielders are Lucas Almeida, Justin Stenson, and their leading scorer, Zach Regat, will make the start at forward. For the hometown Comets, coached by Kim Runfed, in goal, it's Mark Saxby with a 5-4 record. The two defenders in front of him are Robert Palmer and John Sosa. The two midfielders, Brian Perez and Kyle Williams. And starting as a forward, the target player, Kevin Ellis, will be making the start for the Comets.
I think the Ellis move up front will bring more athleticism to the game, and also it will limit, if they don't switch off Nick with Leo, it will limit his minutes and he'll be fresh down the stretch.
We are underway, and the Comets come out challenging the back line of St. Louis, and it's knocked out of bounds.
And you can see the athletic pressure that Ellis brings to the table right off the bat. Let's not give St. Louis enough time to pick out their targets up front, Nick.
Kansas City 10 up and 10 down. St. Louis 10 and 12. So the Comets with a one-game lead, a slim one-game lead here as we wind down the regular season. The Comets after this game have just 3 regular season games. St. Louis has this game and a game at home against Milwaukee. That's it for them. They have 2 games, including this one, left in the regular season. So it's 9-1-1 time for St. Louis now. Here's Kevin Ellis out on the yellow line for St. Louis. Just underway here at Silverstein on Sports Shake Field. Robert Palmer plays it forward to Kyle Williams. Kansas City 6-5 at home, 4-5 on the road. St. Louis comes in at 5-6 on the road and 5-6 at home. Here's a drive by Ellis. That one goes wide to the right. Boy, Nascimento was way out of position, but the Comets couldn't pounce on a rebound. St. Louis able to clear the zone all the way back towards Saxby.
So far, Nick, the Kansas City Comets have come out really pressuring and having some success here, pinning them in. What a great move by Ellis, turning the St. Louis defender, and just he'd like to have that shot back. I know.
Here's Leo Gibson. He was dispossessed, but Sosa comes back up, gets to Leo. Leo back to Lucas. But in front of him, his teammate Anthony Grant took the ball. Now Togba trying to look for his teammate Gibson. It comes off the boards. And back the other way come the ambush. Lucas Almeida in the midfield area. Kicks it back to Nascimento. Again, Kansas City 10-10. They have a +6 goal differential. St. Louis 10-12. They're -24 on goal differential. Here's Doug DeSantos. He kicks it for Stefan San Luis, who played in Kansas City several years back. Out of the zone now. Togba one time on the volley, and it hops off the sports shake carpet out of bounds. It'll stay with St. Louis.
St. Louis last time really put a hurt on Kansas City here, Nick. I think
he did.
Had a couple goals. And
ooh, good block there by Mirko Sandovari, and blocked it out of bounds. And St. Louis will have it. There's Doug DeSantos. Santos, their leading shot blocker. He's got it in front of the Comets bench, harassed by Lucas Rodriguez. Comets are without Alan Matingu tonight. He's still nursing a growing and strained knee. Here's a drive off the glass. Comets get a couple of touches on it, ends up out front. Here's Clayton with a drive. It pinballs around, and Saxby picks up the loose change. Good to see the Comets have numbers in the back, Nick. A good block up front, but to avoid Saxby getting some action early. Good toss by Saxby out to Flores. The Comets will play it back towards their yellow line to reset their offense. Now Sosa goes to the corner looking for Leo. Volleyed up into the air. San Luis settles it. Looking for a teammate. Clayton Matthews there was tripped up. Comets take it back over. And now Leo forward into Ramon Palmer looking for some space. Boy, it looked like the St. Louis defender there had a fistful of Ramon's jersey, but the Comets do get it back. Now Sosa once again. Sosa goes left side for Nacho. He was just checking the dry cleaning, Nick, there, Nick. Nick, to see if there's any starch in that shirt. He had a couple knuckles full, though. Ryan Siggins, the director of officiating, is on the floor tonight for us here at Silverstein Ice Centers Arena as we look at John Sosa, the Comets' second leading scorer. 9 goals and 19 assists for Mr. Sosa, the head coach at Benedictine College in Atchison, Kansas.
Nick, I think the officials have done a great job this year across the board.
Yeah.
I think a lot of close games, a lot of parity in the league. It's a tough game to officiate, and I think they've done a good job.
I'll second that. 11:21. And here's Stinson. Out wide to the right. Off the boards by Felipe Silva. Rebound front and center. Now a drive by McGee, and then driven back in there. Saxby scoops it up and throws it long for Ellis. Here's Ellis with a 1v2. Ellis goes into one defender and then falls to the floor, and then back with it comes St. Louis. Here's Stenson down the left side, runs into Robert Palmer and Mirko Sandovari. Zach Reggett over there challenging Ellis, but the Comets are winning the 50-50 balls here early, and that's a good sign for the Comets.
Tell you what, on all the broadcasts we've done together, we agreed twice in the first 5 minutes. Oh my God. Sorry, fans.
Drink.
Where's that drink girl at?
10.5 to play in the opening quarter. Does St. Louis have something here? Stenson trying to pirouette around Togba, and then Comets knock it away. Anthony Grant with some open space, but instead will decide to play it back, and the Comets will reset. Now Sandovari.
My buddy texted me, showed the picture of us two on the broadcast down in his man cave, Mr. Jeff Sight. He commented he joined us to Cabo this year, him and his beautiful wife and 2 kids, and Jody, Jacob, and Jordan went. We had a good time.
Oh, that's awesome. The sun, the sand.
Nothing wrong with that.
The margaritas. He's got us on his primary television too, by the way, which is what I really like.
Yeah. He's got his priorities straight.
He's got the hoops on the wings.
KU or us.
Yeah, he's got the hoops on the wings, and he's got MASL right in the middle. I love it. 9:45 left to go in the opening quarter. Foul called on St. Louis. KC with the ball. No score between these two teams who have been playing indoor soccer against each other for decades and decades. Close to, well, 30 years, we'll put it. And some great battles over the years between these two teams. St. Louis has seen a resurgence this year in their franchise. I ran into one of the St. Louis owners, and they were just as fired up as the players and the fans are about this matchup between Kansas City and St. Louis. Foul called on Joanne Laidley, and the Comets will have it. Oh, correction, Leo Gibson is the guilty party there. That's Leo's second. It's St. Louis's ball. Now Laidley with it, trying to turn, in a shot, and a save. It's made by Saxby, ranging to his right. And then Saxby with that unusual sidearm spinning distribution out towards Ellis. Ellis plays it back to Sosa. Coming up on 9 minutes to play in the first.
Nick, in big games, changes are so important. You got to make sure you change well, discipline, change when you have the ball, not when you don't have the ball. We've seen this year that they've had some bad changes, and St. Louis has made them pay.
Sosa steps in and takes the ball away from St. Louis. Now a battle for it again, and Nacho trips up Felipe in the midfield. Correction, Pepe. And Nacho whistled for the foul. That's his first.
I think Nacho was telling him what a great call, huh?
He didn't agree.
Oh, he didn't. He had to. I hope he was speaking Spanish there. I didn't think he invited him out to dinner.
Here's Palmer. Stiff arming JT Thomas away. Plays it back to Sosa. Robert Palmer with a game-winning goal a couple of games ago. He had a remarkable game against Orlando, where he recorded 8 blocks in one game. He was just a beast out there on the field.
Looked like trying to use Palmer's speed to try to get an isolation.
Now here's an interception. And can the ambush get something? Here's a drive, and it's Almeida. Lucas Almeida measured one and struck it just inside the yellow line. And what a strike it is. Golazo, St. Louis, and it's 1-0.
I think on the replay, you're going to see John Sosa wants to have that pass back. He comes back. Saxby couldn't do anything about it.
Perfect placement from Almeida.
Up where Aunt Virginia puts the...
We'll take a break.
The good stuff.
We'll grab the cookies here in a moment. 1-0 St. Louis with 8 minutes left to play in the opening quarter.
Gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
Is your credit card debt driving you batty? We're going up! Just like your credit card fees and interest rates. Always fear, the debt suckers are here. One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your back. Consolidated Credit will lower your interest rates, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, and get you out of debt fast. Call Consolidated Credit and get your life back.
Call 800-207-4423. That's 800-207-4423.
1-0 St. Louis over Kansas City here in the first quarter. 8 minutes left. Left here in this opening frame. Leo Gibson right on top of that iconic Comets logo. And we just saw former Comet Ryan Jung into the broadcast booth here. Good to see Ryan Jung. Now
it looks like he could still play.
Yeah, he's living up in Omaha now. I wonder how long it took him to get here, because I-29 remains closed with all the flooding that's going on in our area. Here's Gibson in the corner. Nascimento out with it, and Nascimento gets it to Reggett. Reggett playing it over to Souza, but Souza couldn't handle it. Comets take it back and play it forward on up to Gibson. Gibson's pass there went right off the defender and then deflected over to Togba.
Good read by the St. Louis ambush defender, Nick, to cut that ball off from Leo.
Lucas Almeida with his 10th goal on the season at 7 minutes of the first quarter. Here's Saxby looking to get it up to Perez, poked away from behind. Now both teams trading possessions in a breakaway with it down the right side. Here's another drive and ding dong off the post. That one off the inside of the post. Pepe nearly made it 2-0 St. Louis.
Little ding dong, and it almost came back and hit Saxby in the head, went in, Nick.
Oh my goodness.
You know, fortunate bounce there for the Comets.
Comets have started out strong, but they trail 1-0. Now Gibson with a drive and a block there by St. Louis. Rebound out to Kansas City. Now Sosa. And a give and go and a shot just wide. That was from Palmer. Good give and go there by the Comets. Now Rodriguez to Palmer. Palmer is chopped down, and Palmer banged up there. Looked like maybe somebody kicked him right in the shin.
Listen, if you can't outrace him, you got to chop him down. Hey. That was Berto on the ball. That was Palmer. Yeah, I'd say right now, Nick, that could have been 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Early on, I mean, but it's playoff. I think the referees.
Sosa to the corner. Rodriguez shoots. Save is made. Rebound comes out front and center. Gibson, another drive in there. Comets trying to redirect it on line. The Comets battle for the ball, and they win the ball back. Now Sosa tries over the top, looking for Anthony Grant. Now another drive, save made by Nascimento. Now another one through the area. Grant could not get it. Now in the middle, pulled down in the box. Pulled down in the box.
They might move it out, Nick. I don't think they're going to call PK. They might. We'll see here. I think they're going to pull it out to the top of the D.
Rodriguez pulled down in the area. Take a look at it again, Nishwabi.
I mean, what great action here. Gets in front. Kind of mishit here. And look at, oh, yeah, he took him down.
Oh, yeah.
Nick, I'm surprised it's not a PK, but.
No penalty there. No penalty, just a foul. All right, just a foul. So the Comets get it right at the top of the yard.
Look for Palmer to run over the cross of the ball here and try to set a pick here on the left side of the wall here for St. Louis and Leo. They're going to call a timeout and try to draw something up, Nick.
All right, we'll keep it right here and remind you that the MASL now has a podcast, and we invite you to join Craig Elston as he chats with players and officials and coaches from across the MASL, and he'll take you behind the scenes of the MASL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to past episodes and to subscribe to the official MASL podcast. From scores around the MASL tonight, 2 games other than this one here in Kansas City. Florida is at Milwaukee. Florida 6-14, Milwaukee 17-3. They are the South Central Division champions. Orlando at 8-11 is at Harrisburg, who comes in at 7-12. Harrisburg leading Orlando right now, 9-6, that game in the third. And Milwaukee is shutting out Florida in the third quarter, 7-0. We'll keep you advised, especially on that Orlando-Harrisburg game right now.
Nick, during the timeout, Coach Runfed, the Rocket, he had a few choice words to say to the referees. He thought it should have been a PK too.
Again, there he is right there, Coach Kim Runfed, the Rocket, chewing on that gum pretty hard.
Watch this, Nick. Watch. They're going to try to look for a little distraction here, see if they can get it down low.
Now a shot and blocked.
Handball.
Handball called against St. Louis. So handball, and that Comets. Well, this is really close to the goal here.
I would, I'd go upstairs.
Just
encroachment.
Oh, there's encroachment with the first warning right now.
Yeah. How about the St. Louis defender? He just took a pounding for nothing. You hated that. You know what? You just log roll and you get smashed. And then you got to take it. You know what? The guy's going to have to do it again.
So warning to St. Louis for delay of game and encroachment. The next one. Now Sosa. Sosa across the box. Shot blocked off the line by Acosta, I believe. Good restart by the Comets and even better defense by the ambush. Kansas City just attacking St. Louis on their side of the field to try to win the ball back. In fact, the Comets have had most of the possession here in the first quarter, and Togba kind of outdid himself there. Almost gave up the ball. Comets get it back and then play it forward to Kevin Ellis running into the corner. No support for Kevin, and it's played back to St. Louis. Chugging down the field. Here comes Souza. Over to Felipe, who shoots, and that one just above the crossbar.
That didn't miss by much there.
Rebound came out to Stenson, and then back to St. Louis.
The Comets have to be careful with the pressure, Nick. It's an all-out assault with the pressure, the intensity, but they got to make sure they pick the right spots.
Boy, St. Louis almost the header. That went off the near glass. Ball in the midfield area. Nascimento kicks it forward. Stinson picks it up. Stenson moving to his right. Now it's left. Sandovari pokes it away. Can the Comets get a break here? Here's Nacho down the left side. Nacho moves into the middle. He plays it down to the left. Palmer shoots. Nascimento save. Rebound. Saved again by Nascimento.
Superman.
Last time he was here, he had an unbelievable game for the ambush. And Paulo Nascimento is off to another brilliant start here in Kansas City.
2 point-blank shots.
Oh,
Nick.
my goodness.
Everton's going crazy on the bench. I didn't see what St. Louis's coaches.
Yeah, Everton, he is just chewing on the official. Again, playoff atmosphere here at Silverstein on Sports Shake Field. Looks like we've got foul called on St.
No, I think you might have blood.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nascimento may have taken one on the face.
The first one, I think he. You know what? You have gloves for a reason, but it didn't get up that high. The second one he saved with his hands, but
I tell you, in this game, you don't have enough time to put your hands in front of your face sometimes.
You know, 3 or 4 yards away, and the ball's going 60, 70, 80 miles per hour. Oh, self-defense, Nick.
Self-preservation.
You have to be a little bit off to be a goal. Anytime you put gloves on, you have to be a little off.
See Alan Mayer.
Yeah. Helmet. He started wearing a helmet. That guy, the most intense guy, putting all the tape up before the game. It was so like, I came in as a rookie like, wow.
Nascimento's a Brazilian. He's from Natal, Brazil. He's making his 20th start of the year. He's 9-9 with 1 overtime loss. His goals against average is 6.9, and he has a good save percentage at 66%.
Listen, a pro too, because listen, they don't dress another keeper.
Right.
And ambush is all over him. So this gives them a little time to get St. Louis the right players on. Okay, but it gives them time to get organized too. Very professional injury.
Now over towards the St. Louis bench. The officials explaining to Everton apparently what is going on there. So,
well, I don't think he liked the call about where they're placing the ball, because it was an injury and they place it there.
Gotcha. Now Sosa drives one in. That one wide right comes off to Ellis. Kevin Ellis making his 8th appearance for the Comets. He's been brilliant so far.
Yeah, great addition for the Comets, Nick, when they added him.
8-year MLS veteran, 7 of those with Sporting. Now coming over to the Comets, helping Kansas City on this playoff push. There's Robert Palmer with a drive, and that one up and over the glass. Goalkeeper distribution coming up with 3:46 left to play in this opening quarter. 1-0 St. Louis over KC.
Nick, can you imagine if this game's close in the 4th quarter? Because they're getting in here.
Yeah, it's
going to get interesting.
It's ramping up for sure.
I just had to buckle up my seatbelt on the chair here.
You know, the teams are very similar in terms of record, in terms of their road and home records, in terms of sort of their makeup of their roster. The only thing that's not similar, and that is the season series. Again, St. Louis has dominated the season series 4-1, and boy, the Comets a little bit loose there in the back, almost gave up one to Thomas, or Laidley came in there.
We had a deflection, skinned off our head a little bit, and it into the St. Louis favor, and had 2 good opportunities there, Nick. Thank goodness the ball went high.
Mark Saxby, the Olathe, Kansas native. He's going to go the distance here for the Comets.
I thought he's had a good season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's getting better. You can see he's getting better every game.
Well, I just think he's getting more comfortable with playing time, and now when he knows he's the man, he's going to play.
Yep.
He was in a backup role. Now he's a starter. So
there's Nascimento, rolls it out to Acosta. Then Paulo plays it forward. He gets it up to Almeida. Almeida in the corner, off the wall. Here's Laidley walking in. Save is made by Saxby.
it's not a good sign when the Comets, 2 guys are trailing. They had a 3-on-1 there, Nick. Very fortunate that we didn't
give up one there.
Yeah.
Pretty good execution there by St. Louis. Laidley's drive just went right in and right on Saxby. Here it is once again. There you see it. Saxby in the right position. Comets will have to defend the corner kick in the right wing corner. Almeida will trigger the restart for St. Louis. Here's Almeida over the top. Clayton hits it on the volley. Goes wide to the right. Now another drive in there by Almeida. Scooped up by Saxby.
Notice though, good balance by the ambush to get back.
Ambush got 4 players back. Kyle Williams goes right around Souza and then lays it off to Berto, who rolls it into the middle looking for Ramon Palmer, and then kicked away back to Sosa. Kyle Williams let it play through, and now we're going to have a penalty. Is going to go against Kevin Ellis. I thought they might have been pointing against St. Louis because Kyle Williams got knocked down, but Kevin Ellis knocked Almeida into the boards, and that'll be a penalty.
I think you'll see a foul against St. Louis too, but a 2-minute penalty with Ellis because he got him good.
Ellis is going to be sent off once again. Take a look at this, Jimmy.
Watch this when he comes. You're probably going to get an obstruction, and he got him from behind.
Yeah.
And you know, like that, it wasn't filthy, but sometimes when you're coming in from behind, you already make the, you're coming.
Yeah.
And when the train runs down the track, you got to get out of the way.
So here we go, the first penalty and the first power play of the game.
That is the call, Nick. Foul. It'll be our possession. It'll be our possession. Unfortunately, there was a penalty against Ellis.
That was a good job by the officials there. And so, just as you said, Jimmy, it's going to go to the Comets.
I get something right. Hey, all year, the first time right. Save the best of the last.
So Sosa and the Comets go down a man here. So St. Louis, you might be wondering, how are they on the power play this year? They're 44%. Look for Zach Reggett and Justin Stinson as your power play. They've got 4 power play goals apiece. Comets on penalty killing are 55%. They've been shorthanded 38 times, and they've allowed 17 power play goals. St. Louis on the power play. Here's Souza. Now into San Luis. San Luis turns, fires, blocked by Sosa. Palmer to Ramon Palmer. Now Justin Stinson is fouled by John Sosa.
Again, Nick, the discipline that has to come. The Ellis penalty, he's too valuable to us on the field not to be in the penalty box.
Souza with a drive and a goal. Ambush goal with 1:40 left to play in the first. It's 2-0 St. Louis. Magui Souza with his 9th on the year.
Watch the wall here. They're going to take it. Usually what happens, Nick, defender back in the day, and I don't know how they're doing it nowadays, but I would take low, okay, as a defender. I'd come low, and the goalie take high.
Take high.
So on that side, when Palmer slid, Saxon's going to stay high. So you would take, that's how it was done. I mean, you know what? And if it was my bad as a defender if it got below me, and it's his bad if it goes upstairs. So And
interesting.
Yeah, that's how it used to be done. But, and you know what? That was a long time ago. That was 45 pounds ago, Nick. Who's counting? Who the hell?
Exactly.
Jeez. There's Hector beating the drum, trying to get the Comets fans going.
Lavada KC trying to get the locals here fired up. McGee Souza is 19th on the year, and that's Almeida coming up with the assist. And for Lucas Almeida, that is number 19 on the year for the fine player Lucas Almeida. Now here's a shot and a goal goes in. Kansas City strikes back with 47 seconds left on the clock. I think it's Mirko Sandovari.
Yeah, Nick, there was so much traffic. Everybody was down. The ball was banging around. Ping pong. Typical indoor soccer goal. Watch this.
There's Ellis
Off the ball. Now we have defenders flying at each other. And he taps it in, 5-hole.
There it is. Mirko Sandovari, it is his first goal on the year for Sandovari.
Couldn't come at a better time, Nick.
He gets his first goal of the season. And Robert Palmer comes up with the assist. And 14-13, Comets here, 39 seconds here. Here's a drive, and it's headed off the line by Souza. And then Brian Perez with another drive.
he tried a little chili con queso sauce. I thought I was at Jose Peppers there with the chili con queso sauce. Oh, he had him out too.
Nascimento on out to Santos as the last 25 seconds roll off the first quarter clock. Stenson trying to get past Sosa. Stenson drives just above the crossbar. Comes off to the Comets. 16 seconds left. Sosa chips it into the corner for Leo. Leo stands up, 9 seconds left. Can Leo get it in the middle? He does, but no Comet there. 4 seconds left, 3. And that ought to do it for the first quarter. Pretty entertaining. And the horn sounds, and that's it. 2 goals by St. Louis, and then 1 late in that opening quarter. And after the end of 15 minutes, it is St. Louis 2 and Kansas City 1. Great to have you with us this weekend on MASL TV.
Fino. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Is IRS debt affecting you and your family? If you received a wage garnishment notice, a bank levy, or have unfiled taxes, or if you have an existing IRS debt of $10,000 or more, you need to make the call.
I made the call, and Paramount gave me peace of mind.
Paramount Tax Relief. We're here when it counts the most.
I made the call.
I made the call.
We made the call.
For a free consultation, make the call today.
Is your credit card debt driving you batty? We're going up! Just like your credit card fees and interest rates.
Always fear, the debt suckers are here.
One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your back. Consolidated Credit will lower your interest rates, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, and get you out of debt fast. Call Consolidated Credit and get your life back.
Call 800-207-4423. That's 800-207-4423.
When Domino's is out for delivery, use Domino's new dinner bell to get the family home.
Sorry. Eight atoms of hydrogen.
You're never going to use this anyway.
I gotta go.
Ring the dinner bell and they'll come running for their mix and match favorites. Choose any 2 or more like bread twists, specialty chicken, pizza, or salads for only $5.99 each.
Alongside Jim Schwab, Nick Vassos, great to have you here at Silverstein Ice Centers Arena. We are having a great time here as the Comets and the St. Louis Ambush wrapping up their regular season series. And at the end of one, the Ambush with a 2-1 lead over the Comets on the road.
Very, very entertaining back and forth game. A couple mistakes by the Comets. Ambush made them pay.
Yep.
And then the Comets fell back to get it to 2-1, Nick. It's good to see Lucas back out there. I know he had an injury and he's fighting it still. He's got a knee brace on, but hopefully he'll stay healthy the rest of the season.
There's Leo Gibson, 52 points on the season. He's got 29 goals and 27 assists for the longtime veteran for the Comets. Of course, over 200 goals in his career with the Kansas City Comets. The great Leo Gibson. And again, we're watching those other scores from around the league tonight. We'll try to get you another update here. Orlando is on the road in Harrisburg, and at last check, Harrisburg is leading 9-6 at the end of 3. We'll have an update for you here in a second. And also Milwaukee 7-0 over Florida, and last check that game in the third. And we'll have another update here in just a second. The second quarter just underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, Harrisburg 10, Orlando 9, third quarter, Nick.
Oh my gosh. Harrisburg 10, Orlando 9. You know, Orlando, they're thinking, let's go. Schwabi, what do you got? Read those scores to me.
And Milwaukee, whoa, heads up. Milwaukee 7, Florida 0, end of the fourth quarter. You don't see too many goose eggs.
Not in the indoor game.
MASL, do you?
Yeah, I think we've only had maybe 2 this year. One. We've had just 1, according to Mr. Jeff Houston. And I think it was Coughlin, I believe, from Utica City.
I really like the runners.
Well, Mississauga got the shutout. That's right.
The runs by Palmer right now, Nick, and it hasn't paid dividends yet, but watch that. A lot of activity. He's making the runs and creating a lot of good opportunities for the Comets.
Ellis creating all kinds of havoc in the corner. Rebound comes out to St. Louis. Nascimento with it. Here comes pressure from Kansas City. Nascimento kicks it up to Pepe. Back to Almeida. Reggett. Now Pepe and Saxby. Both on a collision course, and Saxby gets there first.
That was almost watching a car accident.
Yeah, it was. Now it's possible steal, but Nascimento comes over. Kansas City still with a chance. Bang, bang, bang. It goes in. Game is tied. They kept knocking on the door. Schwabe finally kicked it in.
Nick, watch this. Palmer comes out. Their keeper comes. Paulo comes running out. Instead of clearing it, he tries to clear it. And then this is a nice one. As a player, you don't see too much. When you see an open goal, that's a nice gift.
You know what they call that? A Walla Scora.
A what?
A Walla Scora.
Whatever. Where are you coming up with that? What the hell? Where are you coming up with that stuff?
There's a guy who's in the league. He's a fan of the game. He calls himself Walla Scora, and he came up with the wall. You went off the wall, Scora. Walla Scora. Get it?
Yeah, I get it. Oh, whoa. I'm sorry. Whoa.
Meanwhile, at the other end, St. Louis uncorks a shot. Clayton Matthews, and save was made by Saxby. Now both teams trying to dig it out of the boards, and a whistle, and the play's blown dead there by Ryan Sigich.
Nick, out of the 4 goals tonight, 2 goals have been by bad clearances. 1 for the Comets and 1 for the Ambush. So they're trading mistakes off. It's key to get the ball. Like all those, they just got to dump the ball. You know, quit being cute in the back.
Moan Palmer with his 7th assist, and for Kyle Williams, he tacks on goal number 10 on the year for the Comets. We're tied at 2. 12:46 left to play in the opening half. Both these teams desperately searching for a win to creep closer to getting their playoff ticket punched. Now Souza with a drive and a goal again. Souza. He might have gone 5-hole on Saxby there. It's 3-2.
A little toe poke. Little toe jam there. What do you think?
Hot. Take a look at it again.
Watch this. He sets it up here and pulls the. Yeah, it was a little toe jam.
Toe jam.
And I think Mark should have. You know what? You can never second guess the keeper, but it looks like he's got to stay up and save that one. I think he caught him off guard a little bit. The toe poke.
McGee Souza feeling it tonight. That's his 10th on the year, his 2nd of the game. Here comes Pepe and the ambush again. Comets break it up and fighting for the loose ball. It's Sharp chasing it into the corner. Sharp through the area. Comets kick it back out. And now they try to clear the area. Sosa's pass picked off by Stenson. Stenson tried to use the wall to pass it to himself. Palmer and Stenson get tangled up, and a foul called on St. Louis.
St. Louis ambush foul 21. Stenson is first down.
Here's Kansas City with Gibson, Nacho, Sosa, Rodriguez, and Tagba on the field. For St. Louis, it's Stenson, Pepe, Riggett, Acosta, and Scharf. Kansas City's keeper, Saxby, right up Main Street to Gibson. Gibson marked by Scharf. Pass over to Palmer. Ramon Palmer down the right side, plays it back to Robert Palmer. His drive is saved by Nascimento. Thrown out to Stenson. Stenson across the Comet logo, looking for San Luis to turn and fire. Could not put that one on target. Both teams are getting up and down the field quickly. Kansas City working it out of their back. Here's Sosa. Plays it along the near boards looking for Gibson. Deflects over to Kyle Williams. Kyle Williams taken down by Felipe. And St. Louis back with it. No, not before Ramon Palmer takes a crack at it and sent it wide. Palmer had some space there right out front. Couldn't put it on target. Now Tagba is there. Here's Tagba with a left-footed shot. No good. A collective groan from the crowd, and Tagba once again poking it back in there.
Was it ding dong or just missed the post?
Couldn't tell from this crazy angle right now. It was close.
You know what we're going to hear tonight, Nick?
What are we going to hear?
Gundam style.
Gundam style. Here's Souza. Souza and Sosa. And now a third player in there. Ball loose out front. Shot just wide. Rebound comes off to Scharf. Now Laidley. Laidley still with the ball. Sosa back there too. He goes down. Saxby finally covers it up for the Comets. 9:43 left to play in the first half. Saxby kicks it across the half line. Touched by San Luis, marked closely by Ellis of the Comets. San Luis plays it back to Nascimento.
I'll tell you what, Nick, they're going after him.
They sure are.
Everybody. I'm surprised Saxby's not pressuring him now.
Here's Laidley. Shoots across the goal mouth. Over to Almeida. Lucas Almeida marked closely by Palmer, and a foul is called on Almeida. Correction, that was Kyle Williams working over there, and he drew the foul on Lucas Almeida.
You know what I love about these games? Every ball is contested. Every ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like.
Here's Souza, and again, contested there, and a foul called on Souza.
He was knocking at the door, and he said, hello,
I'm here.
One thing I'd like to see a better job of the Comets doing is getting the ball to the target player, either Ellis or Leo Gibson. It looks like the ambush is trying to front them. St. Louis.
Whoa.
What was that? That looked like my drive the other day. Had a little shank there. Whoa.
Get into the shrubbery.
It's not good when the people on the next hole have to duck.
Excuse me. While I play through.
Let me play through here.
Here's Palmer. Flex over to Sandovari, who picked up his first goal of the year earlier in the game. Now Robert Palmer forward to Anthony Grant. Here's the singer-songwriter back to Palmer.
He's good, huh, Nick?
Yeah, he is good. They play it here every game.
I know. I want to hear it tonight.
Here we go. We got another update here in Harrisburg. Harrisburg 12 and Orlando 10. That game still in the fourth. Milwaukee 8, Florida nothing. That game in the fourth as well. 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to play in the first half. Comets trailing the ambush by 1. Here's Saxby on up to Perez. Perez kicks it up to Anthony Grant to try to hit it on the volley. Boy, a really tough shot to try to take.
Yes.
But Anthony Grant somehow gets the ball back and plays it to Sandovari, who rolls it in there, blocked by Dos Santos. Ellis, he had the ball kicked away from his foot. Almeida kicks it long and all the way back to Saxby. Kansas City will go for some changes. St. Louis will keep their 5 out there on the field.
JT Thomas is a big boy, isn't he?
Yeah. Effective player, too. He played really good in the several games against Kansas City. Now Palmer goes around Thomas. Ball deflects out of bounds into the Comets bench, and the Kansas City Comets will have it after we come back from a media timeout.
Tell you what, at the pace of this game, they need an oxygen tank.
I think so.
Hook up the oxygen.
Hang on, folks. 7:17 left to play in the first half. It's St. Louis 3 and Kansas City 2. And we're back live here inside Silverstein. Really neat thing the Comets do at the second quarter break, and that is honor our veterans every single day. And a group of veterans has been with the Comets through day one, and that is Team Fidelis, a local veterans organization here.
And if I'm not mistaken, the lady in the suite next to us thanked you because you're involved in that organization and do a lot of great work, but her son's in the military.
Sure, and he's a Marine.
Oh.
And so he's
a bad hombre.
Yes, he is.
Keep her close.
When the Marines about ready, when they go to work, their instructor says, okay, here's a knife, all right? And he points to the tip of the knife. He says, these are the Marines. So good work done by Team Fidelis here in our area, helping local veterans stem the tide of veteran suicide. And they do terrific work, and I'm honored to be a board member. And they do things like offer free Comets tickets to veterans who want to come to the game, and every single game the Comets honor a veteran in our area. So it's pretty cool, the work that they do.
Nick, if you ever need any help with the college or anybody volunteers, I mean, I hate to volunteer our girls team, but we would love to be part of that organization.
Oh, that'd be great. Absolutely. Here's Stinson with a shot, and a save is made by Saxby. Boy, Saxby just got the right hand out there to knock that one down from Stinson, or otherwise it was going in. Kyle Williams out with it across the line. Kansas City trailing by once. Williams drives it in there, and it comes off the boards. Nascimento's got it, rolls it out to Stenson. Stenson looking long for St. Louis. St. Louis marked immediately by Tagba of the Comets. Now played into the middle, looking for Clayton Matthews. Matthews goes down, no call. And Williams double teamed. He loses the ball. Felipe's got it. No, it's St. Louis who rolls it in.
That is the 5-hole.
That is the 5-hole, and St. Louis puts the ambush up 4-2 over Kansas City.
Looking, they're complaining. Saxby wants the penalty, but you know, I didn't see one, Nick. I mean, Kyle Williams here is trying to, and you know, he wants a call there, but I didn't see much.
What could have been the call? Was he looking for a foul?
I think he was looking for a foul there, but you know, remember, anytime you give the ball away in the back, two for the Comets.
Yes.
They give up 2 goals right here. Remember the keys of the game that we talked about at the beginning of the game, Nick.
Discipline.
Well, listen, sometimes you got to clear the ball. You're 1-on-2 there, and you lose the ball, and you know what? Anytime you're waiting for the referee to make a call for you, it's not good.
Yeah. Anthony Grant gets tripped up on the far side. Foul called on St. Louis. 5.5 to play here in the first half. It's 4-2 St. Louis over Kansas City.
I'd like to see a shot, Nick. I'd like to see something on frame here and look for a deflection, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
St. Louis has had the majority of possession here in the second quarter. Palmer drives one in there. It comes off to Grant. Grant now moves to his left. He fires one. That one blocked out of bounds by Dos Santos. And Douglas Dos Santos is fired up.
He was blocking a shot. He was.
Dos Santos has 23 blocks. He probably's got a couple more tonight. Now Ellis with a drive. That one blocked or saved. I couldn't tell if Nascimento or Dos Santos got it. Now Laidley trying to play it out to the left. It's deflected by the Comets. And Sandoval kicks it back towards St. Louis' side of the field.
Like that last time, Kevin Ellis put it on frame. I like it. I just think they got to get St. Louis' keeper's too good not to put somebody in front of him, look for a deflection, or he can't see the ball.
Going to give Silva an assist on that last goal there to St. Louis. And for Felipe Silva, that'll be assist number 7 on the year. 4-2 our score. St. Louis over Kansas City. Comets with a 10-10 record. St. Louis 10-12. Huge game in the South Central Division. It looks like Orlando is going to lose tonight. They were down by a pair of goals to Harrisburg, and we've got an update. Now it's gone. Well, now it's not final. Harrisburg now leads 14-10 over Orlando. Milwaukee now leading 9-1 over Florida. That game in the 4th. Thank you for the updates, Mr. Houston.
Jeff makes it easy for us. Everybody, everybody helps us up.
One of the hardest working men in indoor soccer. Jeff's heading downstairs. We're going to hear from him and Coach Runfed coming up here at halftime. We'll get the thoughts from the Rocket.
If it stays like this, you better have a beat.
I don't understand. Oh, talk about discipline.
Now Ellis, Comets 3v2. Ellis shoots.
Oh.
Kevin Ellis,
left-footed,
hits it home.
The left-footed wonder. A little shake and bake, Ricky Bobby style, Kevin Ellis style, baby. Oh, look at this.
Oh, he says thank you.
He picks his pocket, shakes it up. Oh, shake and bake, puts it down low.
What a play by Kevin Ellis. He has been spectacular.
What a great angle from the camera guys.
Oh,
thanks, guys.
Amazing. Kevin Ellis, his 7th on the year.
That'll make the conversation between Jeff and the Rocket a little tamer. Just a key word, don't mention stats.
That's exactly.
Remember, that was the second week, and he goes, what about his stats? I really don't care. He goes, I don't like that.
He paused first. I was like, uh-oh, here it comes. 3.5 to play. Now, Togbo with the drive. Comets now battling with it on the left side. Gibson's there. McGee Souza is down there. Gibson just banging away with Souza. Here comes Mirko Sandovari. No, it's Brian Perez. And it's kicked out towards the half line. Sosa will play it back towards Saxby.
That's a firm pass back, Nick. Hopefully you don't have the carpet sniper.
Stenson darts to his left and goes inside Togba, and then plays it back to the right to Almeida. Almeida wall pass looking for San Luis, who shoots, and San Luis puts it home. Stefan San Luis makes it 5-3.
The St. Louis bench is going ballistic. Stenson got killed.
Oh. Is it before that? Is it before that play?
Yeah.
Can you wind it back a little bit?
You see, if they on the far side, right by St. Louis's bench, it was a firm tackle. Watch here. Watch here. Oh, he got clipped from behind.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't like it. But watch this. You got to get goal side here. Again.
Great play there by. Good play there by Almeida to San Luis.
All right, Comets fans, we're under 3 minutes in the first.
All right. San Luis, his 9th on the year. Almeida, his 2nd assist on the night. He now has 20 on the season. 5-3 St. Louis. 2:38 left to play in the first half.
They haven't led yet tonight, Nick. They gotta pick the pace up. I'd like to get it to 5-4 before halftime. Keep this thing close.
Here's Joanne Laidley. We've got a whistle. And we're going to have a foul called against Kansas City, I believe.
The referees are going to listen. This is going to be WWE in the second half. Woo!
Oh, Joanne Laidley gets taken down.
It's going to start right now.
Anthony Grant got his money's worth there, and Laidley's shaking up on the carpet. Joanne Laidley was acquired by St. Louis in a trade with the Florida Tropics. He's been an arena pro for 3 years. He's from Kingston, Jamaica, the same hometown as Robert and Ramon Palmer. Here's another look at it here, Schwabe.
No ball, no foul. What were we saying about the WWE?
You just started, called it right there.
Ding, ding.
Coming up on 2 minutes to play in the first half. Kansas City trails by 2. Nascimento kicks it long, headed by the Comets back towards St. Louis' side of the field. On up to Clayton Matthews. Clayton plays it back to Felipe. Boy, Everton has just done a great job with this ambush team. And we're going to have another foul. This one's going to go against St. Louis this time with 1:48. Comets need to get something going here. 1:48 left to play in the first half.
Nick, I'm surprised with the ambush record, okay? Because of how well they play the Comets, even on the road. It's been impressive.
Oh, a giveaway. Here's shot by Rodriguez, no good. Goalkeeper distribution, and that one goes off of St. Louis and out of bounds.
Anytime that you're trying to get off the floor and the ball's there, it's always fun.
Up to Ellis. Ellis very strong on the ball. Sosa. Lucas. Now Sosa rolls it forward to Ellis. Ellis turns and faces. Tried to kick it away there. Ellis trying to take on 3 players. Mario Marcos.
1 minute remaining in the first half.
Nick, a lot of hard fouls for St. Louis and no blue cards.
Only 1 penalty tonight that went against Kansas City.
I think that will change in the second half. My prediction.
Gibson.
You have your crystal ball out. Like Marvin Gaye said, let's get it on in the second half, baby. Oh yeah, I can. That song is in my head.
Oh, I bet it is. Sosa winds up, bangs it off of Reggett. And now Leo Gibson. And I can't tell, who's that, Felipe down there? Leo Gibson and Felipe. And the foul is going to go against St. Louis. And that'll be at the top of the arc. Great chance here for Kansas City to get within 1. Silva picks up his 3rd foul of the half. Let's see what KC does. Here's Sosa. Sosa to Nacho. That impossible angle. 28 seconds left. Still in there. Nacho keeps it alive. St. Louis kicks it away, but Sosa bangs it back in there. Now 20 seconds left. Gibson plays it over to Rodriguez. 14 seconds left. Over to Leo. Now Gibson. His shot deflected. Held in by Togba. Togba goes down. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. That's the horn. That's the horn, and now there was a late foul on Felipe. They think maybe Leo Gibson got it. I don't know if there's going to be a card here, but things are,
oh yeah,
things are
it is
escalating here. This is going to be important for the referees to get a hold of both of these teams and get things settled down.
Felipe was rolling around like fish out of water there, Nick.
Yeah, they're both teams are getting separated here. Everton's getting his side off. All right, here's Jeff with Coach Kim Runfed. Jeff?
Okay, thanks, Nate. I'm on the field here with Coach Kim Runfed. Coach, it's quite the atmosphere out here. It's a very important game. What are your thoughts so far in the first half?
Playoff game. This might be one of the best halves that we have played all year, and being behind. So we just need to, the opportunities that we have had, score a few more goals and eliminate a couple of mistakes. They're a good team, and they're ready to play a playoff game as we are. So, you know, I'm looking forward to the second half. A few mistakes here and there, and then maybe we can capitalize on some of the chances we've had.
All right, a big second half coming up. Thanks, Coach.
All right, Jeff, thanks there with head coach Kim Runfed. And what a second half we have in store for us here. I'm telling you.
It's coming, baby.
Don't go anywhere, folks. It's going to be a good one. Our halftime show is coming up next, including a look around the MASL and first half highlights. We'll be right back.
Stop! Living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
That was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
Back live inside Silverstein Ice Center's Arena and Sportshade Field alongside Jeff Houston. I'm Nick Vassos. The St. Louis Ambush lead the Comets by a score of 5-3. Let's talk about the playoffs. Are right around the corner, Jeff. Everything is pretty settled. We've got out in the Pacific, you've got San Diego playing Goliath to either Tacoma or Ontario's David. Who's going to end up playing San Diego?
Well, if I could, I'll answer you now, but then you ask me in an hour, it'll be a different answer. It's back and forth, just like this race here is in the South Central. Jermaine Jones gives Ontario an edge, but Tacoma, you just can't count them out. So we'll see what happens over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, the East is pretty settled. All that's to remains is who's going to win the division, but the playoff series has already been set.
Right, as happens sometimes around this year. Arena dates, they maintain or they dictate what we have to do. And the two teams came to an agreement basically and said, these are their dates. We can go ahead and start selling them, and they're working on it. That doesn't mean that they don't want to win the division.
Right, that's for sure. And then in the Southwest Division, that also is pretty set, too. We know the two teams are going to be playing there.
Right, and in that situation, you got RGV, who's never been in this situation before, and they are ready to win the division. They want to do everything that it takes. Then you've got Monterey, who's been there and done this before, but that doesn't matter to them. They want to win the division too. So that one's going to be a battle right to the very end.
As we've been talking about all game long, the biggest competition for one playoff spot is in the South Central. Two of those teams are playing right now, and we're seeing it on the field. I don't know what's going to happen in the second half, but it's going to be exciting between St. Louis and Kansas City.
Oh, my goodness. I tell you what, every Monday, Alan Balthrop, our league statistician, he updates us all on all the different scenarios and what happens when and who's eliminated and how. It makes my head hurt, and I am so thankful for him because he went through and explained to me on a level that I could understand for about 25 minutes about this race here. Because if St. Louis wins this game and Orlando loses, there's still a way that those two could be fighting out for the very end. If KC wins and Orlando loses, you'd think that KC would be in the driver's seat, but it's not the case. All three teams have a chance to be in this race at the end.
They all count at this point right now.
That's the truth, and you see it, you feel it out there right now.
Yeah, we should have an exciting second half. So stay tuned. Our halftime show continues here. St. Louis leading Kansas City 5-3. Some of the fans just wrapping up a competition on Sports Shake Field with a Sports Shake competition here at the Comets. And at the half, it's the Ambush 5 and the Comets 3 in this very important game. Let's show you some of the fans here. And now let's show you some of the first half highlights here. Jim Schwab, Nick Vassos with you here. And this is the opening quarter here between, and again, the sixth meeting between Kansas City and St. Louis. Lucas Almeida gets St. Louis on the board first with a nice goal there, beating Mark Saxby into the top shelf. St. Louis made it 2-0 here on this goal by McGee Souza. Souza's 9th on the year. And that one just past Saxby, who went the other way.
Yeah, that's the one he maybe should have stood up. And then the Comets got a little life here, Nick.
Yeah. Sandovari picking up his first goal of the season, making the score 2-1. That's how it would end in the first quarter. And then in the second quarter, Kansas City finally getting things square here. Nascimento trying to clear it, but Kansas City with intense pressure here. Finally, Ramon Palmer off the boards into Kyle Williams, and that ties the game at 2. Kyle Williams is 10th on the year.
And what was that word you used?
Wallaskora.
Wallaskora. How about score off a Walla?
Yeah. Well, that was short-lived there because Souza put his toe into it and got it past Mark Saxby to make the score 3-2. Souza picks up his 10th on the year and his second of the game at 2:28. And then our old partner, Mr. Stefan San Luis. What hole is that?
5 hole.
5 hole. That makes the score 4-2 on top of Kansas City. And then this pickup here by the Comets. Kevin Ellis, he's been incredible, and he continues to sizzle for the Comets. That made the score 4-3. And the Comets had some mojo before St. Louis put an end to that. Off the wall, and it's San Luis once again. Comets did not get back, and San Luis makes the score 5-3. And that's where we are at halftime. Kansas City trailing St. Louis 5-3. Kansas City 10-10. St. Louis 10-12. Comets need a win, and so does St. Louis. What will happen next in the second half? Stick around. St. Louis 5, Kansas City 3 on MASL TV.
My name is Blair Underwood. 3 years ago, I started taking Omega XL as a part of my daily healthy lifestyle routine. It's changed my life. I'm here to share my knowledge about this amazing supplement. Omega XL is a natural omega-3 product that is very effective at reducing pain due to inflammation. I rarely endorse any product, but Omega XL is different because it works.
Omega XL is effective at relieving pain and the symptoms of inflammation, including swelling, daily aches and pains, back pain, and swollen joints.
Oh, I'm not weighed down by the burden of pain. It's changed my life. Omega XL, it works.
Start taking this product and you're going to be really happy with the results.
When you're in pain, that's all you can think of.
Omega XL offers a 90-day money-back guarantee from the date of your first order. Call now and you'll receive a bottle of Omega XL absolutely free with your first order.
You don't have to accept living a life with pain.
Call now or visit us on the web.
Is your credit card debt driving you batty?
We're going up! Just like your credit card fees and interest rates.
Always fear! The debt suckers are here! One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your back. Consolidated Credit will lower your interest rates, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, and get you out of debt fast. Call Consolidated Credit and get your life back.
Call 800-207-4423. That's 800-207-4423.
Is IRS debt affecting you and your family? If you received a wage garnishment notice, a bank levy, or have unfiled taxes, or if you have an existing IRS debt of $10,000 or more, you need to make the call.
I made the call, and Paramount gave me peace of mind.
Paramount Tax Relief. We're here when it counts the most.
I made the call.
I made the call.
We made the call.
For a free consultation, make the call today.
Just about ready to begin the second half here at Silverstein Eye Center's Arena alongside Jim Schwab. We have our entire fabulous Silverstein Eye Center's crew here on MASL TV. Hey, we got an update here on the some of the scores around town. It is a final. Harrisburg defeats Orlando 15-10. That's good news for the Comets. Milwaukee defeating Florida 9-1.
No shutout. They got one goal.
So Milwaukee improves to 18-3.
Milwaukee's pretty consistent.
They really.
And then San Diego, the other side.
San Diego's won 16 in a row. They're 18-1.
I was asking Jeff about the tequila commercial, and that's Phil Savaggio's company.
San Diego's head coach. He's doing pretty well for himself, huh?
Yeah.
I tell you.
Hey, at least we mentioned his company. He could send us some. I mean, come on, Phil. Get the dust out. Let's go, buddy.
You know what? So far tonight, you've already worked up a Jose Peppers coupon, all right? You've got that, and now you're working on some tequila, right?
Yeah. We're getting all our bases covered, buddy. Now I just got to get a babysitter, and I'm in.
All right, into the first half, Schwabi, we saw emotions fraying, okay? And the officials, look, if we can get a shot there towards the center of the field, two captains talking to the officials right there in the middle of the field. What is going on right out there?
They're just saying, we're going to keep this under control. Anytime they bring the 4 out, right? Hey, this is the referees are going to say, this is our game. You guys want to play it? We'll play it. If you want to do the chippy stuff, we're going to put a stop to it. Right? That's their warning right there. There'll be no other warning. You'll see some massive cards fly. I got the over and under 4. I got the over, buddy. And watch, when they're given warnings before and I don't know if they're given warnings, but I know they don't bring them together and say, good first half. Anytime that happened, Zorn would always send me over there and talk to the referees. Always. Go tell them this. Go tell them this. And I'd go over there and tell them jokes and stuff. Sorry, Zeke. And shake my head. I said, hey, guys, I'm over here to send you a message. When I'm yelling at you, I won't show you up, just shake your head. And they used to laugh. Zorn goes, what'd you tell them? I told them everything, Coach. Here we go. Don't you feel the atmosphere in the arena getting picked up?
Oh, yeah. And St. Louis has a contingency of fans that have made their way down I-70.
What's all the communication for?
There's a lot of talking going on. The officials went and talked to Everton, head coach of the Ambush. Now the second referee, the assistant referee, has been chatting with other players also.
Here we go.
St. Louis with the ball. Here we go. Strap it in. Comets trail by 2, 5-3. Nascimento kicks it long. Comets trying to play it forward to Ellis. Ball loose in the midfield area. Robert Palmer shielding away the player. It's Justin Stenson. Stenson still gets the ball, but now challenged by Kyle Williams and a foul called on Kansas City. Kyle Williams shaking his head in disgust, but St. Louis will have the ball on the far touchline. And that's Kyle's first of the half, of course. Out on the field. Go ahead, Schwabi.
Usually you see two teams, one would back off. They're both pressuring.
There's a drive and a block by Ellis. Now Reggett with a drive, and that one above the crossbar. Comes off to Felipe. He sends it around the corner. And Saxby is there. Saxby throwing up the near side, looking for Ellis. Tucked away or taken away by St. Louis, but then taken back by the Comets. Here's Perez. Perez goes down, and a foul is called on St. Louis. I'd be sounding like Howard Cosell here by the end of the fourth quarter. Down goes Sosa. Oh. Down goes Perez. Down goes Felipe.
A lot of activities by the benches, Nick. Anytime there's changes and there's a collection of players, you're going to see. Look at this.
Oh, Reggett was lining up and measuring that one. And that one ended up out of bounds. And we'll get some help there from a young Comet fan. Good toss.
Oh, great toss.
Signed her to a contract. Saxby throws out to Leo. Leo kicks it over his head to his teammate Togba, who rolls it in there off the boards. Nobody in there. Leo's taken down, and a foul called on Reggett. The fans are, I see some of the fans standing up and just yelling at both those referees. Gibson doesn't have a number on the back of his jersey. What happened to his numbers?
They hit him so hard the numbers came off.
Loose ball and a goal! 5-4.
Mr. Grant.
It is. Anthony Grant, his 14th.
Watch this. Well hit ball, good save, and it bounces to the back post. Mr. Grant's at the right place at the right time. 5-4, he's trying to get this. Watch this, here it comes again.
Look how fired up he is, and the Comets. Anthony Grant, his 14th on the year. It brings the Comets to within one. There's Anthony Grant to his right, Kyle Williams, and to his left, Stefan Stokic.
Just what the doctor ordered.
Boy, here come the Comets again. And Nacho right into the grill of Nascimento. And walking it up from the back line, it's Pepe. Pepe on back to Schwabe. Here's Laidley.
Here we go.
San Luis.
Round one.
Now Laidley chested it to the area. Sandovari goes down to head it to his keeper, Saxby. Saxby throwing, and then Acosta steps in front of Ellis. St. Louis takes it back.
That ball can't get cut out, Nick, otherwise it goes on a counter. The ball has to be in behind the defenders.
Kansas City playing defense here. Mario Marcos touching the ball all the way back towards Felipe. Anthony Grant's goal will go unassisted. Official time 1:12. 5-4 St. Louis over Kansas City. Now Marcos again with a drive and blocked out of bounds by Robert Palmer.
Good team chemistry there for the cover-up. One guy Sosa, I think, got beat along the boards, and Palmer picked him up. That's good team defense there, Nick.
Got a foul called against St. Louis. Kansas City with a quick restart. Kyle Williams on over to Sosa. There's Kyle. Now Sosa. And then forward on up to Leo Gibson.
What Anthony Grant come out at halftime. Holy mackerel.
The ball played up towards the half line. Thomas was the intended player for St. Louis. They kick it back to Nascimento. Kansas City and St. Louis battling along with Orlando for one playoff spot. All three of these teams are within a game and a half of each other. Give and go out front. Shot save. Saxby. Ball loose, and Saxby kicks it away. Now another try. Here's Marcos again with a drive. That one wide to the right.
How did that miss, Nick?
Oh, don't know. Good take by Marcos. Marcos again with the ball. Still has it somehow. Plays it away from the goal, and a foul is called on the Comets. Sosa's going to be the guilty party. Marcos will remain in the game. Here's the restart. Over to Almeida. Kicks it to the corner. Felipe kicks it behind. Saxby's got it. Sosa up to Perez. Perez is taken down, and here comes a penalty against St. Louis. Comets are going to go on the power play.
That's how somebody really gets hurt, Nick. Watch this, Nicky. Directly from behind. You got him.
He stood on Perez's ankle there for a good foot or so.
Yeah. Could have been worse.
And it looks like Brian's back up again, but the Comets will go on the power play. Comets are one of the top teams on special teams this year. They're 67% on the power play, 24 for 36. James Togba is among the league leaders in power play goals with 7. Lucas Rodriguez with 4. Leo Gibson with 4. Comets, a man advantage. It's so-so. St. Louis on penalty killing is 50%. They've been down 42 times. Ellis out front. Now a shot. Saved by Nascimento. It was Togba who was on the doorstep making a bid for number 8. The ball loose in the corner.
Be patient here. The Comets have to be patient. Move the ball. Try to get it in the middle of the park. They just created a couple good opportunities. St. Louis made good saves.
So again, St. Louis has been down 42 times, and they've allowed 21 power play goals. Under 10 to play in the third. Comets with 1 minute of power play time left. They are showing some patience. Here's Togba with a drive, and it's number 8. James Togba, his 8th power play goal of the season. The game is tied at 5.
What an amazing, you called it. What an amazing give and go there. Comets get the ball to the middle of the park. Watch this, Nick, on the replay. Gets the ball. Great give and go, and then he hits it first time. He tucks it right in the corner.
Oh. Togba.
Watch this, Nick. He shakes, and then he goes with him.
Great goal there by James Togba. Togba in his second year now has 18 goals. How about him as a player, Schwabi? What do you like about his game?
Well, one is athleticism. 2, he's for how young he is and only 2 years in the league, he gets it. He gets the angles, he gets the indoor game. I think his ceiling is very, very high in the future. Comets found a good one there. And I know Coach Runfed is really high on him.
So Togba, yet another power play goal, and more importantly, it ties the game at 5 for Comet fans. Restart Kansas City in St. Louis' side of the field. Robert Palmer will trigger the restart outside of St. Louis' yellow line. Palmer into the box. Stokic is there. Bangs it off the boards. Goal! Shot to goal! Another one. I think it's Nacho. Another Wallace scorer. It's Nacho Flores. Comets lead 6-5. Their first lead of the game.
Look at this look.
Oh, great ball there by Stokic.
Stokic was calling for it. He was calling for it off the restart before they kicked it, Nick, that he wanted him to shoot, and he was going to come deflect it, and he came to get it. And what a pass. For not being in the game much, that's a very veteran pass by there. And great run by Nacho.
Maybe Nacho is heating up a little bit after being cool for a lot of the season.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be great for him to heat up now?
Oh, to put some cheese on those nachos and some jalapenos. Oh, yeah. Everybody's getting hungry, Nick.
Stokic's second assist of the year. 6-5 is our score. And while we have a timeout on the field, we can remind you that outside of being on an MASL team, the best way to know where stuff is happening around the MASL is to tune in to Kick This. Every weekend, Soccer Sam chats the ins and outs of all about MASL action. You can find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio. Also, MASLsoccer.com, MASL Arena on Twitter, and MASL Soccer on Facebook.
Whatever was discussed at halftime, planned out.
Yes.
Because, you know, we've been in this situation before, and they come out a little flat.
Yeah.
They're coming out
fiery.
Execute. Fiery.
Energy.
Oh, energy. Energizer Bunny. The bunny's out, baby.
9.5 to play. 6-5 Kansas City. Palmer kicked it out of bounds. And the Comets get back defensively.
Place is jumping, Nick.
Nascimento. And Reggett and Palmer. Oh, and Palmer's called for the foul. Boy, Reggett seemed to have a hold of Palmer, and Palmer seemed to have a hold of Reggett. That one goes against Robert Palmer, and he's not happy at all. This is going to give St. Louis an unbelievable chance here.
One thing, though, Nick, is after the foul's made, let's get the Comets organized. See if they can stop this restart. Dangerous position here.
Here's Almeida behind the ball. The Comets will put 3 in the wall. Almeida goes out wide, off the glass, high in the air, heeled away. Now a shot in, save, correction, blocked by Sosa, and then a handball is called against St. Louis, and Kansas City will have it.
I think it was dangerous play, Nick.
Oh, dangerous play.
Yeah,
okay.
he was going up for the bicycle and he got clocked Palmer.
Nine minutes to play in the third. Saxby, record of 5-4, throws it long. It ends up at Ramon Palmer's feet. Now over to Sosa. Sosa will try the corner, and Kevin Ellis. Ellis trying to use the boards there, could not catch up with the rebound. Nascimento rolls it out to Pepe. Here's Pepe across the line. Forward it comes to Almeida. Trying to leave it back to Pepe, and then picked off by the Comets. And then Palmer had it knocked away. Pepe with a laser off the glass. Now Acosta heads it up into the air. Now another chance. That one deflects off the Comets and goes into the corner. Then a save made by Saxby. And another foul is going to go against St. Louis. Pepe and Ellis. There's all kinds of stuff going on there, Schwabi.
It was like a trapeze act. I'm like, at one time I saw 4 feet up in the air. I'm like, what is going on here? 4 different guys flying around. Playoff soccer in the MSL. Watch this. I mean, people are getting after it here. Watch, what a great save. We got there.
There.
I mean, oh my goodness. And the best is yet to come. This is only the third quarter.
Long way to go for sure, Schwabi. Kyle Williams with it now. Kyle Williams to his left, then tripped up. Felipe out with it. Played ahead. Sosa gets to it first to Saxby of the Comets. Now Togba. Togba hip checked by St. Louis. Played it forward to Anthony Grant. Now Togba. Boy, Togba is fast and strong.
Strong, yeah. I tell you what, St. Louis almost caught him off guard, and he was strong enough that Houdini couldn't get out of that one.
There's Leo. He's wearing a jersey without his familiar number 14 on the back. I wonder if he ripped his original jersey in the first half somehow.
They've been covering him pretty tight, Nick. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ambush have a 14 on the front of their jersey. I mean, holy mackerel.
Oh, Sandovari went in hard there. At the other end, it's Clayton Matthews shots. Hey! Another rebound shot. It's
whistle was blown.
Goes in, but the whistle first, and a foul called against Kansas City. Boys, before that play, Sandovari appeared to go in with 2 feet.
Appeared?
Comets dodged one there.
There's no appearance about it.
Now Matthews with a drive, blocked by Leo Gibson. Now Anthony Grant down the right side. Anthony using his speed. Anthony still going forward. Nascimento takes it away for the ambush. And then Gibson goes head first into the boards. Boy, Gibson has spent more time on the ground than he has on his feet here in the third.
And you wonder where his number is.
Played back to Nascimento. Lately. Now it comes near side for Souza. Forward to Reggett. Reggett rolled it past Sosa, but Saxby's there. And a quick outlet to Nacho. Nacho by one defender. Nacho up to Ellis. Now Ellis turns, got some space. Ellis into Nacho. Couldn't catch up with it. Leo's trying to clear it. Reggett. Boy, he's like a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, hey, blue card.
Blue card coming out. And the lights just went out.
He hit him that hard.
Look at it again, Schwabe. Ooh,
one there, watch. He got his money's worth there, then he what?
And then he hooked into Rodriguez and looked to toss Rodriguez around. So Reggett inside the referee's crease, waiting to find out what his punishment will be. It'll be 2 minutes.
What about the lights?
And we've got a timeout, so let's take a break. When we come back, the Comets are going to go on the power play for the second time tonight. They are 1 for 1. The Comets a slim 1-goal lead. Stokic to Nacho. We'll be right back. There's Leo Gibson. He has we've been talking about his new jersey that he's wearing in the second half. Each team has an extra jersey that a player can wear. It may not have a number on it for, if a player gets a cut or if there's blood on the jersey or something. So we'll try to find out there. But Leo Gibson, perhaps that first jersey that he was wearing either got damaged or maybe it got some blood on it or something. But that's why he's wearing a jersey without his number 14. Comets on the power play for the second time tonight. They are 1 for 1 so far. And power play team includes Sosa, Gibson, Togba, and Ellis, as well as Perez. Togba got the power play in the first half. And that was Togba's 8th power play goal of the season. And that's among the leaders in the MASL, if not the lead. Sosa called for the foul. 5:09 left to play in the third. Jim Schwab and Nick Vassos with you here on MASL TV. Thanks for spending part of your weekend here with us. Zach Reggett called for contact above the shoulder. And so that's why he is in the sin bin. 1 minute left on the power play for Kansas City. Here come the Comets again. It's Perez out wide to Togba. Togba sends it to Sosa, and then Togba gets taken down by the ambush player, Pepe. .65 our score. Kansas City on top. Sosa. Leo. Perez. Back to Gibson. There's Sosa. Sosa. Now to Perez. Perez fires it. Save. Nascimento. Comets maintain possession. 34 seconds left on the advantage for the Comets. Gibson. Sosa. Gibson. Into Ellis. Ellis to the corner for Tugba. And then cleared away by St. Louis.
You'll get one more run at it here, Nick. About 18 seconds left, 16 seconds now. Let's see if they can get a good scoring opportunity here late in the power play.
Tugba. Gibson.
There you go, baby.
Good call there, Coach. Comets a 2-goal lead. Leo Gibson, his 5th power play of the season and his 30th goal on the year.
Look at this, Nick. Anytime the ball gets into Leo in this position is deadly.
How hard. He made that look so easy. He stopped it with his left, finished it with the right.
Watch.
I just watched this.
They cut it off with the patience, came down.
Boom, boom.
And then he didn't like him stepping on his foot either. Yeah. Didn't like that.
So Tugba the assist, of course. And for James Tugba, that is assist number 7 on the year. Leo now ties his goal total from a season ago. How about this, Schwabi? 30 goals last year, and he now has 30 this year.
What I say tonight before the game, the big players have to step up, and he has done his job.
No question. Oh, Comets here looking for a giveaway. Stokic trying to run down a loose ball, but St. Louis gets to it first, and now St. Louis on the attack. Well, they were until McGee Souza rolled it into Saxby. Sandovari. Then just kicked long. Leo picks up the loose. Now he's got the loose ball. He plays it to Sandovari in the corner. Sandovari rolls it around the boards. St. Louis comes back with it the other way. But Ramon and Robert Palmer are both back there for the Comets. There's Robert. He's got it. Time of Leo's power play goal, 10:51. Seven-5 Comets. On board. Did you hear the crowd there? The crowd thought that one was going in.
They were like, oh.
Ramon Palmer.
Listen, when you're running that fast, not that I know what that's all about, right? But when you're running that fast and the ball comes off the boards, I mean, I'm talking about that's hard to hit, and he hit it upstairs.
That one headed out of bounds off of St. Louis. J.T. Thomas headed it out. Sosa plays it up to Ramon Palmer. Palmer lets one defender go past him. Palmer gets it back, lays it off to Ellis. Ellis darts inside one defender. Can Ellis uncork a shot? He does, and it's blocked by the ambush. St. Louis back the other way. Oh, Clayton Matthews yielded back for a teammate that nobody was there. Comets will hold on to it here, set up their offense, go for some changes. Anthony Grant plays it back to Sosa. On the field is Gibson. Perez.
I love the effort and the energy, buddy. It is on right now.
Nascimento heads it away. Acosta is there. .208 left to play in the third. Comets ahead by 2. Here's Reggett. He let it roll, bang off the boards, and then Saxby was there to pick it up for the Comets. Sosa on up to Nacho. Nacho has a goal tonight. He also had a goal last weekend, and the Comets split a pair on the road last weekend. They won in Orlando and lost to Florida. Saxby rolls it forward. On up to Perez. And a foul called on Felipe Silva.
Anytime there's a foul by the bench, I'm talking about, he's getting the ear. The head of the official is getting an earful from all the way down.
This is the Comets' last home game of the season. Kansas City will finish the regular season with 3 on the road. They're going to play a pair next weekend in Florida. They're going to take on Orlando Friday night and Florida on Saturday night, and then they'll have a couple of weeks break and wrap up the season on April 14th at Milwaukee. So this game is uber important for Kansas City, and of course it's uber important for St. Louis too. It's a playoff game for them as well. Here's another look at this. Oh,
they
scratch that.
They teased us. No problem.
Appreciate our crew so much. Rodriguez tripped up from behind by Justin Stenson, foul St. Louis.
They do an unbelievable job, Nick.
Yeah.
It is. I mean,
really good work.
Remember years ago when we first got started, I'm not going to mention any names, but
I know.
It was,
oh my gosh. Daniel Brazel from Team Fidelis just brought the cart of goodies over here. I don't know. I don't know.
Hold on. Please, for you guys on TV, the cart of goodies is ice cream.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe at the break here, we'll take a look at this here. We'll have a look here at the break. 20 seconds left to play.
Is it your birthday?
No, I don't think so. I'm not sure what's going on here.
Dang.
Here's Sandovari. Sandovari still going forward. And the ball knocked out of bounds off of Kansas City.
Nick, I'm going on the record here, and I don't know your thoughts about this. This is the best quarter of the season for me when I've been watching it and analyzing the Comets doing the games. For this year, I think this is the best quarter of soccer.
And maybe just at the right time for Kansas City. They need it now more than ever if you are a Comets fan. At the end of 3, Kansas City has taken a 2-goal lead, 7-5 over the St. Louis Ambush, and we'll be right back.
A purposeful life is the inspiration and foundation of MNU. It's more than getting a better job. It's becoming a better person. The Christ-centered, student-centered culture at MNU will leave you transformed. Our professional and graduate degree programs will challenge and inspire you to become the person you always knew you were meant to be. Learn, grow, and earn your degree at MNU, a school that shares your values and your passion. MNU, purposefully different.
Is your credit card debt driving you batty? We're going up! Just like your credit card fees and interest rates.
Always fear, the debt suckers are here.
One call to Consolidated Credit can get the debt suckers off your back. Consolidated Credit will lower your interest rates, consolidate your bills into one easy payment, and get you out of debt fast. Call Consolidated Credit and get your life back.
Call 800-207-4423. That's 800-207-4423.
Gear matters. Introducing the all-new 2019 Ford Ranger. It's the right gear with a terrain management system for this, a bash plate for that, an electronic locking rear differential for, yeah, this. Heading to the supermarket? Get any truck. Heading out here? Get the Ford Ranger. The only adventure gear built Ford tough.
We are back live, and there is Hector Solario, Hector and Labata KC. Yes. Hector. Well, here come the Comets. Saxby, Sosa, And the rest of Kansas City takes to Sports Shake Field for the fourth quarter.
Who brought the ice cream up, Nick?
My friends over from Team Fidelis. They are in the Domino's Defender Suite, and the Comets honored Team Fidelis for their great work with veterans through the Comets all year. Team Fidelis is a local veterans organization and a nonprofit, all volunteers. And I'm on the board, and I'm good friends, very good friends with Daniel Brazil, the founder. And he had an ice cream cart.
Yeah.
So he rolls the ice cream cart into the broadcast booth. How about that?
I know.
Just shows you the kind of guy that Daniel is.
It pays the no people, doesn't it?
So here we go. Hang on, folks. Fourth quarter's underway, and the Comets lead 7-5 against the St. Louis Ambush. And again, St. Louis has won 4 of 5 previous meetings. Kicked out of bounds, and the Comets are going to have it as the fourth quarter's just underway. Kansas City 10 up and 10 down. St. Louis 10 and 12. The Comets' goal differential is +6. St. Louis is -24. Here's Leo Gibson with a chance. Leo again. And a save is made by Nascimento. Now a third chance. Gibson makes it home. Leo.
I'll tell you what, Nick.
What a player, man.
First of all, the move before that was like Superman changing in the phone booth. I mean, he just, and then he just, watch this. That move was unbelievable. Good block by St. Louis there, and he comes back.
Oh, good save.
Another block. Watch this. He teased this up, Nick. He said, I might as well go upstairs with it.
Wow. Gibson, number 31 on the year for the great Leo Gibson.
I don't care if he has his number on his jersey, front, back, whatever.
He doesn't need it.
Look at this. Watch this. That's the goalkeeper's view.
Oh.
How would you like to save that?
No, thank you. 8-5, Kansas City, a 3-goal lead. And there's Leo. Looks like Leo will jog off. Kevin Ellis is out there. So Nascimento and the St. Louis Ambush once again press up the field. Souza plays it up to San Luis. San Luis got a pair of goals tonight for St. Louis, and now big pileup down there in the corner and a foul called against the Ambush. It'll go to the Comets with 4:14 left to play in the game. Here's Tagba. Sandovari. You've got a 3-goal lead here. Schwabe, you're the Comets.
Put your foot on the gas and keep it on, buddy.
Keep it going.
Yes, you know what? Let's ride that horse that got you here in this position. I would say keep the gas pedal down, but watch the fouls, watch the discipline, keep your balance in the back. If you can stretch it a little bit, and you know what? Again, make your changes. I don't recommend that shot.
Yeah. Tagba from nearly the center circle.
That's the only thing he's done wrong all night. Hey, the fans liked it, and Supernova's just sailed over. Wow, that thing went. But remember something.
We just heard it. Downtown, Chris Brown just checked in.
Oh, Margaret.
Downtown Chris Brown, the silent GM. Good to hear from Chris Brown. Here come the Comets.
Yeah, Nick, I heard on 810 the other day, our condolences go out to the Brown family and the Kissick family. Jim Kissick, lifelong supporter of the Comets and soccer and all sports in general. He passed away suddenly, and that was Chris's uncle. So
Yeah, it's a tremendous loss. Jim Kissick was a great supporter of many teams, not just the Comets, but of course the T-Bones and high school activities, the NAIA, Kissick Construction, big.
This is what we didn't need, Nick. It is a foul
and a penalty,
and he got it.
Nacho's going to be sent off. That's going to put St. Louis on the power play. We have a long way to go, folks. 12:53 left to play in the game. And the Comets are going to go down a man here. So advantage St. Louis over the next 2 minutes.
One thing Nick was talking about Tagba when taking that long shot. One thing, our best friend right now is the clock. Not stopped, not shooting, I mean, not killing penalties, is the clock moving, okay? Keep possession of the ball, keep movement, the discipline on and off the field, and not having fouls like this. We've discussed it before, and this stuff can't happen because, you know, miss your momentum or miss momentum, however you want to talk about it. That's very, it's key in indoor soccer. Oh, just missed it.
Right off the restart. The take there just sails wide to the right. Paulo with the ball. It's the fourth quarter. He comes over the half line. Here's McGee Souza with a drive and a tremendous save made by Saxby, flying to his left. Now Almeida winds up, bangs that one off the glass. Palmer to Sosa. Sosa headed it back towards the half line. Ramon Palmer got a touch on it. Now Justin Stenson darts inside there, and another penalty called against Kansas City. That's going to go against Ramon Palmer, and the Comets are going to be 2 men down.
The ball just has to be cleared there, Nick. You're up by 3. You're down a man. Just clear the ball to the other end. Stenson got tattooed. Stang Law Firm got pummeled. Holy mackerel.
I think you might have a case.
Watch this. Oh, my. Oh, wow. Olive Garden got it all the way down.
Took his breadsticks out.
And he's questioning that?
Okay, so, all right, it's now you only got 3 out there. What do you do? Okay, got it.
Do you want my answer?
No.
I think you just got it. Oh,
Reggett with a drive. Palmer sacrificing his body.
Like here, just clear the ball. I mean.
Here's Reggett. So Comets down 2 men. Sosa into the corner. A shot is blocked by Palmer. Palmer down the right side with San Luis in front of him. Palmer draws a crowd. Palmer goes down awkwardly on his foot. I think Palmer's going to be okay, but Kansas City will have the ball.
One thing too, Nick, the ambush, if they score quick, they're going to have another power play. Only one comes off, right? One comes on.
Yep.
So all of a sudden, it's important to them to score quick. Watch, and they're going to discuss it here. They're going to discuss it.
So there's 56 seconds left on the first penalty and 1:33 on the second penalty.
But you don't work so hard. My frustration here is you don't work you come out.
And you just had the third quarter, which was the best quarter you played.
And then all of a sudden you come out with 2 reckless tackles. And I understand the efforts there, but you got to have discipline and some, you got to have it upstairs to keep this going because all the momentum right now is going St. Louis's way. If St. Louis scores, they're still on a power play for another minute or so. So they could get 2 goals quick, Nick, in the game's on with 11 minutes left. I'm just sorry, it shouldn't be frustrated, but I'm hot.
Runner.
Tell you what, being hot up here makes me thirsty. My lovely bride just texted in. She's
watching?
Yeah, she's watching, but she's home with. She's home with Jack. Went to a bar mitzvah. One of his buddies had a bar mitzvah tonight.
Oh,
Josh.
Good.
So she's home and picking him up. So.
Hi, Shelley.
Mr. Nick Vasso says hello.
The Kansas City Soccer Dome has been serving the soccer community for nearly 35 years.
So let's reset it for you once again. 11:48 left to play in the game. 56 seconds left on the initial penalty. And 1:33 on the second penalty. There's Leo. He's out there on the field along with Robert Palmer and John Sosa. Saxby comes over to talk to Leo, and then Saxby was way out of the goal, and he came over to trigger the restart. What was that all about? Did you see that?
Yeah, he wanted to tap it. He acted like he was talking to him. He just wanted to tap it and see if Leo could take him on, and St. Louis didn't take the bait.
Ball tied up once again. They've dropped it once. Looks like they're going to drop it again.
This is all good for the Comets.
Leo out with the ball. Able to get it over there to Palmer. Palmer gets tripped up. And a foul called on St. Louis. Sosa kicks it long into the corner, looking for Leo. Leo will run off, and running on, it is Togba. Comets still down 2 men. 24 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. Almeida down to Reggett. Back to Almeida. Now front and center Souza. Reggett in through the box. 11 seconds left on the 2-man advantage. Good play by Togba. Now battling for the ball. It's loose out in front. Look out. Here's Almeida with a drive. Save. So Saxby. Now it's a 5v4. First penalty is over. Nacho's back on the field. Comets still down a man. And they chip it out to Togba. And Togba kicks it back towards St. Louis's side of the field. 20 seconds left on the power play now to St. Louis. This would be impressive if the Comets kill off the 2-man advantage. Here's Almeida. Still the man advantage here. 10 seconds left into San Luis. San Luis can't hang on to it, and Nacho clears it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and Palmer's back out there, and the Comets have killed off the penalty. Oh, Margaret.
To dodge it, we need to go to, hey, buy a lottery ticket tonight, folks. To get out of that or load up to Vegas. Let's get this thing going.
Score remains 8-5, under 10 to play. Still not out of the question here for St. Louis to make a comeback. Here's Justin Stenson off the wall. Comets clear it away. Now Zach Riggett out wide to the left, Clayton Matthews. 9:41 to play. Here's Paulo Nascimento making his 20th start of the season. Nascimento right side for Justin Stenson.
Remember, as the ball's going side to side, this is the Comets' friends here. Don't let it penetrate in the middle. Let them just keep coming here. Let them keep coming side to side. Tuck it in and see if we can keep the ball in front of us.
Down to San Luis. Back to Stenson. He hits it on the volley first time. And that one blocked out of bounds by Kansas City. It'll stay with St. Louis.
They're dying for a change, Nick. These guys, the 3 guys have been out there for a long, long time. A lot of energy. I mean, it soaks up a lot of energy here.
Now San Luis with a drive, and Saxby makes the save. Ball loose, and Saxby pounces on the rebound.
Here we go.
Now we got a couple of players here getting into it. Let's keep things civil here. Don't. Tog was going to get it. So who's going to get it? Looks like Togba might be sent off. And again, this is what you don't need here at this time of the game.
Not one of your key parts of your team. Looks like they're both going to go off.
This is just the heat of the game. Here's another look at it here.
Watch when Saxby comes out at it. You know what? Ambush is, they're frustrated. They went 5v3, didn't score. The guy took a jab at it, and then there's a little.
So Justin Stenson and James Togba getting into it. And then I think that's also McGee Souza, who's also involved in it. So Brian Sigich there. Blue card to McGee Souza, and also let's see here. Did Togba get lit up as well? No, looks like it's just.
Hold on.
Hold on here.
No,
Togba, no, yeah, Togba is in there. Oh, now.
Wait.
Now he's coming out.
No, he's going back in. He didn't like his accommodations, Nick. He wanted a double. He wanted a queen bed, not a single. He goes, it's not too comfortable in there.
Also, 2 minutes to Jamestown.
Okay, so there we go. Now we've got it.
They even it up, you know?
All right, 2 minutes to McGee Souza and 2 minutes to James Togba, the Comets. And we're going to have 4v4 soccer out here for the next 2 minutes. Boy, something happened there when the fans just went bonkers. Here's Reggett in front of his own goal. Plays it up to Justin Stenson. Comets retreating defensively. Justin Stenson still going forward with the ball. Stenson, front and center. Here's a shot by Matthews. And he kind of lost his footing and rolled over the top of it. Saxby's got it for the Comets. Back to Sosa. Chested and then sent over to Williams, who sends it around the boards to Nascimento. Nascimento quickly rolls it out to San Luis. And here come the ambush. Here's San Luis leading the break. San Luis moving to his right. On over to Stenson. Saxby comes out and makes a great sliding block.
He's come up big, Nick. 4 or 5 saves, and here comes 6th attacker here.
Everton's got the 6th attacker in there now. Lucas Almeida is the 6th attacker. They'll go left side, Clayton Matthews. Now Almeida. Right side, Stenson. Almeida front and center. Now with a drive and a save made by Saxby. That went off Clayton Matthews' foot. Saxby makes another save. 4v4 out there. Gibson has a pair of goals tonight for the Comets. He's got a power play and a natural goal. And we've got another foul called against St. Louis.
Ambush foul number 21, Stinson, his 3rd of the half.
Stinson's 3rd foul of the half. He's going to have to be careful if he gets his 4th. That'll put the Comets on the power play. Now Sosa
30 seconds remaining
on up. And now Anthony Grant with a drive, and Anthony Grant just banged it off of Almeida, who didn't really make an attempt to save it.
Self-defense there.
There's Pepe. Matthews, now Pepe again. Almeida. Pepe. Pepe's drive, save! Saxby going one way. Left his right hand down and made the save with a great play there by Comets keeper. Penalties are over. Now we've got 5v5 back out there, and the 6th attacker remains for St. Louis. Under 7 to play in the game. Comets a 3-goal lead, 8-5.
Nick, NCAA basketball. Auburn 23, KU 9, off to a slow start in the first half.
Oh, Margaret.
Come on, Rock Chalk.
Here's Almeida. Into the corner to Clayton Matthews. Now Sousa's drive, kicked out of bounds.
Media timeout.
Media timeout. Let's take a break. 6.5 to play in this game. Comets an 8-5 lead over the St. Louis Ambush. Stay with us. You're watching MASL TV. The Supernovas on the field, entertaining the fans, along with the Comets mascot.
He's out there wagging his tail.
Job there by the Supernovas. Kansas City leading 8-5 over St. Louis. The Ambush have the 6th attacker out there, Schwabi.
Speaking of dancing, are we going to hear Gundam style?
We might. We'll see.
I mean, it's the right setting. 8-5, and you pull a rabbit out of the hat. 5v3 down. Penalty killing. Living. That's living. That's clean living there. The Supernovas do have auditions. Jody Sight wanted to know she can go out far. Yes, they're looking for a captain and a sponsor. I know just the girl.
Kansas City looking to go 11-10 and take the, well, at least put a couple of fingers around that second playoff spot in the South Central Division. Milwaukee having clinched the division. That second spot up for grabs between Kansas City, St. Louis, and Orlando. Kansas City would take a big step tonight, securing that spot. It won't, Kansas City will not clinch it tonight, but again, they'll take a very big step towards that. Nacho from distance, wide left. Palmer pushed from behind by Clayton Matthews, no foul.
I'll tell you, he's got some jets.
Oh.
If that was a car, what kind of car would that be?
That would be a Lamborghini.
Oh, Ferrari.
Reggett. 5 minutes and 15 seconds left to play. Almeida. 6th attacker's been out there since the 8-minute mark here in the last frame. Here's Reggett. James Togba's been giving him the business. Now St. Louis. Reggett once again. Into the box. It's headed out by the Comets. Comets have 5 players behind the ball. Magui Souza. Almeida runs up on it, hammers it off the window. And boy, I tell you, Nacho tried to bicycle it out of there.
What was that?
I think he got it with just one big toe there, and it kind of went out of bounds. Here's Nacho again, but can't catch up the loose ball. Clayton Matthews.
Like there, Nick. Nacho's tired. You know what? If they clear it down the length of the floor, right? It kills another minute off, 35, 40 seconds. That's what it's all about.
Reggett, bang! Reggett bangs it in, and it's now 8-6.
By not clearing the ball, it gives up a goal. He hammered that one, Nick.
Yes, he did.
I mean, left-footed. He's been relatively quiet, too.
What a pickup by St. Louis to get Zach Reggett.
Watch this.
That's his 22nd on the year. And Almeida comes up with his 3rd assist on the night. Wow, what a laser that was.
He's had a good night. 4:17 left.
Scored by Reggett, assisted by Almeida.
And for Almeida, that's assist number 21 on the year. 8-6 our score. Still a ways to go. Here is Gibson. Nascimento is back in the game now for St. Louis.
How did Leo get out of that mess?
No.
I mean,
got a whistle and a foul called on Acosta. He tripped up Lucas Rodriguez. Now, will this be a situation where when St. Louis goes on offense, they'll get Nascimento out of there and put the 6th attacker
you'll
back
see it
on?
right away, Nick. I think, one, it gives the 6th attacker a little break, and also when the Comets have the ball, you know, you might as well have the keeper in there. Still a lot of time left. You know, I mean,
St. Louis has got a chase to some degree. Saxby into the corner looking for Leo. Bounces over his head, now banged in there by Palmer. And the rebound comes to Gibson. Gibson tripped up and taken down, and a foul called on St. Louis.
Wow, watch this one.
He's amazing.
A little.
Oh, couldn't see that. Doggone it, that monitor went out on us again. Let's see here. Jiggle the hand away there, Jenny.
Got
it. Got it.
I think they got blood. Yeah. Brian Perez has blood, so referees ask him to get off.
Perez off. Now, did the Comets have an extra jersey, another blood jersey?
No, I think it's down low, Nick. It's usually it looks like a turf burn right around his knee.
Okay.
They'll probably just put Band-Aid or some gauze on it.
Ellis off the wall. Lucas got tripped up in there. 3:20 left to play. Palmer forward to Ellis. Ellis turns, fires! Ellis follows up his shot. Ellis still going forward. Boy, relentless effort by Kevin Ellis.
He hit that.
Oh, man.
To answer your question, there goes the sixth attacker again. As soon as they get the ball, here we go. And they're gonna high pressure here and see if they can get one. Watch this.
Almeida kicks it. Comets get it right back. Up to Stokic. Stokic turns and faces Almeida, who knocks it away. And then
got him.
Cross. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal by Ramon Palmer.
A little chippy. A little chippy. Oh, my goodness. Watch this, Nick. Ball comes out. And watch it. He decides, heck with it. 9-iron. 9-iron to the back.
Oh.
St. Louis went after it.
Perfect.
Watch this.
Location.
What a great view there. That's a piece of skill, though. To have the presence, the mind, and the skill to chip somebody. What a night Palmer's had.
Boy, Ramon Palmer, he's into double digits now for goals. He has 10 on the year.
What about the total team effort, Nick?
Oh,
you look at the stat sheet. Everybody's got blocks. Everybody's come across. Saxby's played well. I'm telling you, this is good timing for them.
Comets look good tonight.
Let's see if they can close it out. I think it's important, too, for Coach Runfed and the Comets to keep a clean sheet here going into with 2:56 left. Keep your discipline, keep it organized, and let's go in here. Let's get another one.
Stokic, his second assist on the night. 2 minutes and 43 seconds left to play in the game. Comets lead 9-6. The hill is getting steeper for St. Louis to climb. Comets smell blood in the water. Foul called against Kansas City. Two minutes and 25 seconds left. San Luis jogs it up for St. Louis. Sixth attacker still out there. Sousa. Matthews. Reggett. Almeida. Almeida with a drive, and Almeida with a bombazo.
A frozen rope.
Oh my, that was impressive.
Put that in the freezer, top corner. Oh, holy mackerel. That was a frozen rope up in the upper corner.
What a game for Almeida. That's his second on the night, his 11th on the year. And that goes along with 3 assists that he's had tonight. What a take by Lucas Almeida.
Did he hit that? And at least somebody almost hit that.
Oh, that was nasty. And Reggett comes up with the assist.
Here we go again. Multiple changes. Wholesale changes.
Here's Sousa. 148. Comets lead by 2. Gibson out there. It's rolling, rolling, rolling. Bounce out the inboards and goes in. Leo Gibson with the hat trick. And that should do it. Comets 10-7.
Ball gets cut out. Leo, and now here's the chase. I thought it was going to be a vicious tackle here. And I'll tell you what, I wish I was sick and could play like him.
The great Leo Gibson, his 32nd on the year. Gibson with 3 goals tonight. And it looks like Leo will get the game-winning goal if the score remains the same here with 1 minute and 38 seconds left to play. 6th attacker still out there for St. Louis. This one almost on ice for the Comets. Zach Reggett battling with Togba. And then Togba. And a penalty is
2 minutes.
2 minutes going to go against DeSantos. He had 2 fistfuls.
That's 5. That's a winner.
That's a winner. 5 blue cards in the second half. You called it.
Over and under, baby.
That's a winner.
I'll tell you what, the fans here got their money's worth tonight, Nick.
That's fun. Here's another look at it here.
Watch this. It was a large jersey, then it went to extra large.
Okay, so the Comets are on the power play here. They've got a 3-goal lead. And they should play keep away here, right?
Yeah, unless somebody...
Oh, unless they make a mistake and give it away.
Yeah.
Here's McGee Souza. And then coming up on it is Felipe. Blocked off the line. Shot wide. Reggett is there. Banged off the boards. Another shot wide. Ellis plays it over to Sosa, who clears it. Under a minute to play. The Comets are going to win. They're going to improve to 11 and 10. And the Ambush are going to fall to 10 and 13. Big win for Kansas City here at home when they needed it the most. Reggett with a drive off the top of the glass. Falls in the corner. 28 seconds left. Saxby's got it. Saxby throws out to Ellis. What's Ellis going to do here? Ellis
a little icing on the cake.
Ellis shoots. Oh, and it goes in.
A little icing.
Ellis.
I'll tell you what, what a night he's had.
Unbelievable. I tell you, since the first game, it took him 1 game to get his feet under him in this indoor game. Oh, and now teams are having to be separated now.
Listen, this is when you got to keep cool because this is when it's going to cost you some money, Nick.
So technically a power play goal for Kevin Ellis. Pepe. Oh. Things are getting out of hand here.
Yeah, but the Comets just got to go to the bench.
Comets don't want to put their future in jeopardy here. They've got 3 games left in the regular season. If they get suspensions,
they just got to go to the bench.
The jeopardy. They got to just get off the field.
Nick, there's a lot of people on the field.
Oh, and now Everton is now getting into it. Everton is getting into it with the Comets players. Everton is beside himself. What is going on here?
Watch, somebody's going to throw a punch here, Nick. Who's the lady out there? Security?
I don't know, but those folks that have the good seats there down low are getting their money's worth now.
Here comes the Independence Police. Watch, here comes the boys in blue.
Oh, there's going to be red cards, and there's going to be suspensions.
This is the time you just take a seat on the bench. The Rocket is pretty calm over here. Is Jeff Husted down in the middle of it?
So they're going to end the game. They're going to roll the. They just rolled the last. That's going to be a final. Still some bad blood from the Comets. As you see Leo Gibson there.
They got to feel frustrated, you know.
What started this all? Did you see what started it all, Schwabi?
I think something was said, or what happened too was maybe Lucas's shot after the goal might have done something. I don't know, something set off, but a lot of frustration. Anytime you put that much emotion into a game, Nick, and they come up short, and it's, you know, playoffs are on the line.
Well, we're going to have to find out what's going to happen here at the end of the game. We have Ryan Sigich in the assistant referee in the center circle. And we'll have to wait and see if...
Nick, I'll be honest with you. All the games I've played in and coached and watched with you, I've never seen the police in the field.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, Saxby played well.
Okay, Jeff is going to talk to, Jeff's going to talk to Everton, the head coach of St. Louis. Let's go to him right now.
All right. Thanks, Nate. I'm down here on the field with St. Louis head coach Everton. Everton, you know, we were talking earlier about how this used to be a friendly in-state rivalry. This has turned on to a full-blown rivalry all the way through. You guys battled hard. Where do you go from here?
Both teams are very competitive. Kansas City is a great team and a great franchise. It's great to come here and have good games. Obviously, unfortunately, we end up having everybody's hit it a little because they want to win. That happened, but congratulations to Kansas City. It was a great game, and they deserve to win.
All right, thank you very much, Everton. Back to you.
Nice moment there as the Rocket jumped in and hugged Everton. I think we're gonna talk to Kevin Ellis. Yeah, we're gonna do another interview here. It looks like Jeff is gonna talk to Kevin Ellis. Leo Gibson with 3 goals tonight and the game winner. And let's throw it down to Jeff. He is with Kevin Ellis.
All right, thanks very much. Kevin, welcome to the Kansas City-St. Louis rivalry. What are your thoughts after this intense game?
Yeah, I mean, that was fun, huh? Yep. But it's a big 3 points for us. This was our season here, and we knew what we had to do, and we went out there and we showed we took care of business.
Now, it was a tough start to the first half, but you guys came out 5 straight goals in the second half. What did you guys talk about at halftime?
Yeah, we knew that in our eyes, they had given us everything that they could throw at us in the first half, in the first quarter. And I think in the second quarter, we built momentum, and we said, look, in the third quarter, let's go out, let's punch them in the mouth, and let's get out of here with 3 points.
All right, and that they did. Great game, Kevin. Thank you very much. Back to you guys.
All right, once again, Kevin Ellis. He had a pair of goals tonight. Comets winners in this new heated I-70 rivalry between Kansas City and St. Louis. We'll be back.
Too bad they don't play again.
Are you suffering from ongoing aches and pains? Did you get a little too ambitious enjoying your favorite activities? Don't live in pain. Contact Select Physical Therapy for relief today. From our individualized treatment plans and convenient hours to a highly trained and compassionate clinical team, Select Physical Therapy is your only choice for physical therapy, hand therapy, sports medicine, and work health services. Your healing can start today. Schedule an appointment at one of our convenient locations at selectphysicaltherapy.com or call 800-770-6682.
Stop living with hair loss, that is. Losing your hair is no fun, and no one wants to be bald, but there is hope.
Getting my hair back was the best thing that ever happened to me.
I'm happy with the way I look now.
I'm very excited about my hair.
I feel beautiful.
I love my hair.
Hair Club offers all proven hair loss solutions backed by our commitment to satisfaction guarantee. If you're not 100% satisfied with the solution you choose, Hair Club will apply the purchase price to another proven hair loss solution or transplant more hair at no charge.
That was the best thing I've ever done.
It looks good on me.
Call in the next 5 minutes to get your free brochure at no obligation. It will tell you everything you need to know about your hair loss problem, and it's free if you call now.
I am more pleased than what I had even imagined.
I at least look, I would say, 5 years younger.
I'm 52, and I look better now than I did when I was in my 40s.
I feel great.
And that's not all. The first 100 people who call will also receive $250 off any hair loss solution from Hair Club. Call now.
Fino. Treat yourself to the fino things in life.
Awesome. Great to see you guys. Thank you very much. Some good fans here visiting with us up here in the booth. Comets win it 11-7 over their I-70 rivals, the St. Louis Ambush. Leo Gibson, 3 goals. Kevin Ellis, 2 goals. For St. Louis, Lucas Almeida, 2 goals and 3 assists. 10 seconds here, Schwabi. What do you think of this as we wrap it up here?
I think it's a great game for them. Now the momentum's in their favor. They have the advantage to get in the playoffs. They still got to go on the road. They got to split on the road. I mean, that'd be great if they go 100% and win 2, but
Comets have 3 on the road to finish up. St. Louis has 1 game to go next weekend when they are going to host Milwaukee. Thanks for watching tonight, and good night from Silverstein Ice Center's Arena from MAS.